Well, hello everybody. It's Mario here. For some reason, I'm taking over for the Scotsman because I guess I don't know. I guess he showed up or something. So, anyways, guys, I wanted to go live and see who's out there, um, and just go from there. Um, Hope everybody's doing well tonight. I know it's been a crazy week with a lot of craziness around here. So I'm hoping we get some people in here. I'm gonna put the link on the on the side chat and see how things are going. Um, but yeah, guys, just taking over for the Scotsman. I don't know what happened to him, and what's even weird is that I didn't hear anything from Alan either. So I'm just hoping those guys are doing okay, um, and that they're doing well. You know what I'm saying? So we seem to have some people in here: Mikey DeLucia, Pony, Kingpin, PCC Kid, Andy, John Solar. What's going on, everybody? Um, hey, Bearded Stevie's in here. So I'm gonna put the link to the chat, guys. You guys want to join me? Um, Love to see you guys and get to hear from you guys. See how things are going with you. What's going on, JHA? I just put the link in there on the side chat. So if you want to join me, man, that'd be great. Um, I don't know what happened to the guys. I'm hoping that they're doing well. I was usually waiting for my link, and unfortunately I didn't get it. So I was just wondering. I figured there were so many people that were waiting for the chat. I figured I'd take over for it, man. So what's going on? Let me do a quick rundown, see who's in here. We got Gun Loving Grandpa. What's going on, man? Thank you for joining me. Gizzard Gary, Kingpin, JH586. Um, and there's my man. What's going on, brother?
Going on, brother?
Good, man. Good. We got Chris 338, British CV82, Andy, uh, Mikey DeLucia, Pony 47. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. How you doing there, Mr. JH? How's it going with you?
Oh man, it's been a day, dude. It's been a day. Hope you're
Really?
doing well. I shot
Uh,
I did my 22 at 22 for 22 video today, so I gotta get that edited, get it up. So you should probably try to get the CB in here, man.
yeah, the CB. Yeah, you're right. CB, if you didn't, and also bald, get your happy ass in here. I put the link in there so you guys can join me. Yeah, man, it's I don't know what happened to JH and I'm sorry, not JH, Allen and Scotsman. Usually one or the other takes over. So this time I didn't get anybody, so it's kind of weird.
I think if I had to guess, hey Chris 338, I would have to guess that Scotsman stayed up working too long today, and then he fell asleep, and I hope he's got his alarm clock set to wake him up before it's time for him to be at work because he's got to work tonight. I know that.
Oh,
And
hmm,
Alan in the side chat said that he was having car trouble, so
okay. Well, I'm
might
glad
just
they're
be
okay
us
though.
for might just be us for a little bit. So hope everybody had a good weekend. They're looking forward to getting back to work tomorrow. No, never.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. I'm actually I'm in the process of finalizing a lot of my stuff. Supposedly the VA is going to actually send me my rating soon, so I'm hoping that that's ordeals out of the way, and then I can start focusing on start doing job interviews, man. And that's crazy, bro. That's something totally different for me, man. And what's going on, buddy? Let me put you.
Hi,
Hey,
Judge.
John.
There we go.
I
What's going on, John Solar?
just got off with Scotsman.
How's he doing?
Good. He just, I guess he's.
What happened, John?
Okay. I'm trying to close the other window. I just got off with him. He just said, "You want to pop on and help out?" I said, "Okay."
Yeah, no
I
worries,
don't. I
man.
don't know what. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's no. I'm just glad he's doing well, and you always worry about your friends because you usually are used to them being there. Um, so it's always yeah. And you know what? You are so right there, Bearded CB, and want to welcome my good friend Mikey D. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
How are you, buddy?
Doing well. How you been?
Good, good. I
Let-
don't know
let-
if you know JH586, and I know you know John Solar.
I don't. Hi, Jay. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to meet you, Mikey.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. We'll have to talk about the Georgia Bulldog poster behind you, but we'll do that later.
There's nothing to talk about. Go down.
We'll talk later because I'm a Bostonian that roots for Auburn. So,
Ah,
anyways,
okay.
what's going on? How you been?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you guys
Awesome.
joining my chat. You
Hey,
know.
it's hard to have a chat when So I did. I texted Johnny. I'm like, hey, let's go help him out.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. No, and to be honest with you, we usually have a chat with the Scotsman, and he's
Yep.
taking over, and I don't usually have to do anything. But it's always good to to
You're
see.
driving the bus tonight, so don't
That's
screw
right.
this up.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, no, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, so how are things going over there in the New England area, Mikey?
It's it's just like everywhere else. Well, maybe not like Florida, but it's pretty much like everywhere else. Um,
Is it started to get cold over
we had a couple of I don't know. I don't want to call it cold, but it went down last night. I think I saw that when I shut my phone when I went to bed and I was about to shut my phone off. I think I read 49.
Yeah, I had 45.
So
I had 45 here in Maine. So
so it
there?
wasn't too bad. I mean, it's getting to be that time of the year, which is my time of the year. I love this time of the year up here. I'm not a heat guy, especially the humidity. I can't do it. I'm a wimp.
Uh-huh.
So
don't forget I got the guest room done now, so you can swing up to
don't
Old
worry.
Maine and visit.
Okay.
Yeah, now that I haven't smoked in 4 days, I won't have to go outside and have a smoke.
How's that working?
It's
Doing
killing.
all right?
I'm chewing this friggin' nicotine gum and everything, trying to do my best.
Pretty soon he's
Right.
going to have like 9 patches on, 4 packs of gum chewing it, four vape sticks.
I haven't had a cigarette since Thursday, so I'm
That's
doing
good.
I'm doing my best,
That's fantastic, man. That's awesome.
So
I got this is year 5 for me.
that's awesome.
Yep, year 5.
Yeah, man. But so guys, tell me a little bit about how things are being affected, like in your neck of the woods. I don't know if the East Coast is a little different from the West Coast as far as restrictions goes or stuff being opening.
You mean
How's that going?
referencing like the COVID stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And right now it's I'm referencing Maine. Uh, it's weird. We have some weirdness here because people began to exercise their rights. So I'm a business owner, let's say, and I decide I don't really need to have anybody wear the masks. Now, Mike and I have talked about this before. I have them because if I enter your business, I, like you, Mikey, believe that if you say, "Excuse me, could you?" I will, because it's your business. All right. I respect the fact that it's your business. So I'll do it for you if I want to enter your business. But what's happened now is the government the state governments have decided that's also not good enough. So they're now mandating fines for businesses that don't make the customers wear them.
Oh no, that's getting crazy now.
Yeah, they're getting to the point now. Like our governor here in Maine is like, that's it. If we find people in your store without a mask, you let them in, then we're going to fine you, the store. So now they've got people at the front doors. As you walk in, they're counting the people and master, you got to go. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
I really don't think that crap really works, bro. I think
Well,
really the only masks that really work are like the ones that are for like for the guys that work in the actual hospitals. You
I
know?
understand what you're saying and all that. Mikey actually did a really good job one night. I was listening, Mike. I wasn't on with you, but I was listening when you explained that night about how you felt about the mask and how that same scenario has been used at the children's hospitals. You remember this conversation you had, Mikey, when you were like,
when I
when
told them
you go to the children's hospital, what do they make you do? These children have everything. They put you everything on just at the shot of trying to make sure. So I thought you did a real good job of that explanation and how, and it's true. When you go to visit a child in the cancer ward, what do they make you do?
cancer. Yep.
Put the mask on.
Any cancer unit, any burn unit, anything
Yep.
like that, you're putting a mask. And sometimes you go to a burn unit, you're wearing a gown.
Yep.
Some cancer units, you go into a gown. You
No,
just gotta do what you gotta do.
it doesn't stop you from getting the flu, and I understand that. But what it does do is it eliminates you. You know what we used to, as kids, call it gleeking. You know, you talk and you get a little bit of spit or whatever. Something comes out of your mouth when you're talking. A little bit of spit or whatever. All those types of things that can affect. It helps to eliminate those. And like I said, I don't particularly like to wear one, but if the business asks me to, I will.
Right.
And I understand, you know, I'm the guy who walks up and has one in my pocket.
Right.
But
No,
the governor now,
You're smarter than me.
The governor now is saying, if we catch them in your store without it, we're going to fine the store. So now all the stores here are going, no mask, no service.
Right. That's how it's done it. I mean, I'm the guy that because I'm trying to get to heaven. I'm trying to get to heaven and not to hell. So when I go to a grocery store, I park far away, so let the old people park up front. And I'm that guy that gets to the door and says, "Crap, my mask is in the truck," you know, and I got to go back and get in the mask.
Yeah,
but
you know, and it's getting.
It's I don't, you know, I don't have a problem, like, you know, John already put it in a nutshell. I don't have a problem. I'm in your business or whatever. My only stink is that if I'm taking a walk with my wife down a sidewalk, okay, and there's nobody on that sidewalk, it's just my wife and I, okay, I'm not wearing a mask. And I certainly I'm certainly not wearing a mask in my own car by myself.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that just drives me shit back crazy.
Yeah, that does.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So who are you afraid of? You?
So they can, you know, Massachusetts put a thing in, especially surrounding Boston, the Boston area. It's like a $200 fine or some crap like that, and I'll pay it, because if I'm on a sidewalk, if I'm at a bus stop and there's 15 people at a bus stop, fine, I'll put the mask. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
because I can't get 6 feet away from you. But my thing is that don't tell me, especially, and I'm watching this thing on the news today, a little excerpt of Fauci saying, the mask aren't curing anything, you know, and it's Fauci saying it, you know what I mean? But
as long as you understand, as long as people understand, I think a lot of people get pissed off and they get upset because they're being told to wear it. If you just understand what it is, no one's taking your rights away by saying, hey, if you come in my store, I don't want to get a fine. And since I don't want to get a fine and I got kids and I'm trying to make a living, because you please, for the love of God, just slap the damn thing on your head. I'd appreciate it. So I don't mess with those people at all. They're not trying to do anything to me or bring the man down on me. They're just trying to, run their business.
Right.
But that's the only way these little mom and pop places are going to stay open. That's it. Without that, they're going to
it's during this whole pandemic, it's been really good to see a lot of folks integrate in within our communities. Um, eh, for a lot of you guys that may not know, a lot of my audience now, it's a majority are reloaders now.
Yep.
And we have guys that are gun guys, and we have guys that are survivalists, like some of
Oh,
you
you're
guys. So,
you're
I
all
was,
reloader now. Huh?
yeah. So, no, it's not a
Reload.
bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. No, the reason
John,
why I
I
brought,
got reloader on my shoulder.
will you shut the fuck up, John? No, the reason why I'm saying this because I want my audience to know who you guys are. So I was just wondering if you guys can give me a quick introduction of what you guys are, what your channel's all about. So, Mikey, let's start with you.
Age before beauty. Go right ahead, John.
Well, I'm John Solar 283. I am a reloader. Did you know I reload,
Nice.
Mario? I have 2 smelters. Yeah,
Nice.
I reload. I just don't do a lot of videos about it because a guy who's not really intelligent about reloading doesn't really do a lot of videos. Here's how to reload. But I do a lot of science, a lot of odd stuff, some cooking stuff, and I help with a lot of other channels like Mario. I help with other people with other channels. So I make a lot of videos. You just don't see a lot of videos on my channel.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining me. All right, Mikey.
And me, I haven't done a video in a little bit, but I do a chat on Friday nights, anywhere from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. I start it, and we just talk about anything. We go to politics. We'll do anything. I'm not a reloader, but I think it's cool. I watch it all. I watch a shit ton of videos on people that do, and I know a shit ton of people that reload. Stevie reloads, Johnny reloads, Mr. Tolley reloads. I mean, there's you reload. I mean, there's a shit ton of people to watch them. But I'd like to, me, Mario. I love watching the bushcraft videos. And I'm really getting into
absolutely.
I'm really
you learn something from somebody, man.
Exactly, and that's all I want to do is learn something and have some fun along the way, And this year, I got tired of saying I want, and this year I'm definitely doing it. I'm buying a 3-man teepee. I'm buying a wood stove, and I'm going to do some winter camping.
Outstanding. That's great stuff, man.
So I'll make videos for those, but
awesome. Well, now let me introduce you guys to JH586. So, JH, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to John and Mikey just so they know what you're all about.
Well, I'm Jamie. My channel is JH586, and I do mostly casting, bullet casting, powder coating, reloading, and load development type videos with a little bit of social stuff sprinkled in just to keep you awake. So, and we do my channel is JH586, but I'm partners with 3 other dudes, Chico Wise, Kyle Lusk, and we do the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream on the Georgia Shooting Connection channel. Friday nights at 8 o'clock. So if you're not busy, come on in, check us out. We really been focusing a lot lately on beginning reloaders because we've got a lot of new people to the community of shooting, and when they buy them a gun and they buy their first gun, they go out and they buy ammunition, they go out and shoot it, and then they go back to the store to buy ammunition. There's not any. So now I got this gun. What am I going to do? I still got my brass.
Time to learn how to reload.
Time to learn to reload. And then when you learn to cast bullets, then your cost for reloading goes way down. There's Pop's Quest.
Yeah, Pop's Quest is going to put a thumbs down on the video just so everybody knows he's here. Zen Master's here. Freaking Pop's Quest, crazy ass.
Rob.
That's right, man. But no, for me, guys, is I started reloading because of just self-sufficiency. I mean, you guys know I live in a communist ass state, so with all the
I hear you, brother.
stuff that they got going on, the best thing that I could do is just be self-sufficient, and it's been great to be around some of these guys, and they teach us a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's really been good. It has been, but it's also becomes you kind of go in that rabbit hole, and you kind of start spending a lot of the stuff you usually don't spend. You spend on reloading stuff, but in the long run, I think it's an enjoyable hobby. It really is.
No,
It
So
can
I-
be. It can be like duck hunting. You just keep spending and spending. It doesn't have to be, but you can make it like that. Because I know
No.
I
Yeah.
spend a lot.
do they for you guys that reload, and I know your tax situation already up in Maine, but in Georgia and my communist brother, because you and I both live in those states. I'm in Massachusetts, so I feel your pain. Do they tax the hell out of the stuff on you?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like
It's amazing how they get away with that, isn't it?
our tax is like freaking 8.5.
Is it 8.5? Mine is 6.25, I believe.
No, it's 8.5 here. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. It's to a point that you have to find ways to buy certain things. Like
Right.
luckily for me, we have the military exchange.
Yep.
So if I want to go buy something there, I don't have to pay taxes. So I can order anything online or anything like that. So certain things that you're able to get through online, it's sometimes even cheaper. Just kind of crazy. Hmm.
Yeah, it's
yeah, our sales tax here in Georgia is 7%. But
That's not bad.
our gas is running about $1.80, $1.90 a gallon here right now. And Willie just went on a trip out. He's in California. And he was telling me what their gas price. Y'all's gas prices in California are a good $1 a gallon more than ours.
Exactly, it's because they add an additive. Supposedly, it's to better the freaking air, which is all bullshit because the air is still just as polluted as it was 10 years ago. But
There's
but
Jack, West Covina Dodge. What's up, brother?
West
It's just-
Covina Dodge.
it just seems like they go after the guns, the ammo, everything. The reloading stuff, the cigarettes and booze. The first time they want to jack something up, they hit them first, and just they just don't have any issues doing it. Unless of course you're in a state with no sales tax, but you're lucky if you are. So
Yeah, well, they still manage to find a way to get to it. New Hampshire. They'll kill you in property tax. They'll destroy you.
right, they get their money one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I just think that some places are just gouging it. You know what I mean? And it's
Oh yeah, and it is getting to the point where it's people are thinking they gotta prioritize certain things that they usually would never have to do. Like you need to prioritize fuel over food or stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of people in here that are just hurting, man. And they don't stop and thinking about that stuff. So um, it's affecting really the low income people to the point where it's there's going to be a lot of people that are homeless. I think the only thing that's keeping certain people going right now it's the fact that they stopped a lot of these uh, people from being kicked out of their homes. But as soon as those things are gone, I
bald,
see a lot of people getting evicted.
bald and curious. $7,500 in property and school tax on an empty 1 acre building lot. Are you in Massachusetts, bald and curious?
No,
I saw your comment. Hey, bald and curious. I saw your comment that said you were looking for lakefront property up in Maine. It all depends where you go in Maine.
You go to the wrong place.
You go to the wrong place. It's going to feel like you're in California.
You are going
Yeah.
to be. If
Yeah.
there's large cliffs of rock and you're looking out over the ocean, get ready to start tripling and quadrupling that tax money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt, you are so right, dude. They pretty much stopped selling ammo in all the Walmarts.
Yep.
And I mean, I just can't believe how the largest retail felt that it was necessary for them to stop selling that.
Well, I'm sure they pinched them in another way. Like there's some complications you have with this that are going to wind up in front of a panel of senators. But you could probably avoid that if you were to join the cause and strike down. I'm sure they were going to get a big hefty. Something was going to go wrong, and they probably bailed just to get themselves out of trouble. Like illegal, immigrant workers or something like that.
John, he's going to
Yeah.
Ellsworth. He was looking at Ellsworth.
Oh, Ellsworth! Oh my heavens! Ellsworth is wonderful.
Halfway to God's country is what that is, brother.
Right, but it's also wonderful all winter long and early spring. As soon as summer comes, you do not want to be in Ellsworth because that place becomes everybody. Yeah, it becomes Cape Cod. Everybody winds up there, and people take their homes and turn them into this, and it just becomes a fiasco. Yourself in the summertime. I opened that Home Depot.
What was that?
I don't know.
That's pretty weird. Just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's going on, especially here in the West Coast. I don't know if you guys seen, but pretty much all of the West Coast is on freaking fire. And they're talking about how there's going to be like this La Nina effect where it'll be an extended drought this upcoming winter. So I think in the long run, this affects everybody because there's a lot of farming and there's a lot of infrastructure that's in the West Coast that affects pretty much the whole country. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but there are some of your larger deposits of natural gas and petroleum are actually on the West Coast. So I just feel like those things will affect us even further. So I just wanted to get your take on, what are some of the things you guys have done as far as conserving or start, preserving some of the stuff that you guys usually, use on an everyday basis, such as toilet paper and all that kind of stuff, Just wanted to get your take on that.
Well, I probably have a year of everything, but I've always been like that. I got a kid with autism, so I can't run out.
Yeah, I don't have a year. I probably have with toilet paper anyways. I probably have about 2 months or so, 3 months. Dry foods, probably the same. I'm good for about 3 months. I get my wife every time to go to the store. I says, "Don't get one, get 3," and she's doing pretty well with it. So
that's good.
Yeah.
What about you, JH? Have you done anything else? Maybe buy an extra package of something to maintain yourself just in case something happens again?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some foodstuffs stored up and buy stuff like flour and sugar and get some fresh vegetables in the freezer right now because the harvest is coming in, and I'll probably be one of the things I want to do is get a food dehydrator and dehydrate some apples and peaches this fall. Get those stored up for making whatever you want to make out of them, pies, whatever. But yeah, I'm just getting into this mindset of having stuff put back for whatever. I've always been of the opinion that I can trade my ammo and other stuff that I'm able to produce for whatever we may need. And y'all know I hunt deer, so I generally keep a good bit of venison in the freezer. So, but you know, push comes to shove, and you can't get to the grocery store, or the grocery stores are empty. You know that if I've got my freezer full of venison, it's only going to last, 3 to 6 months tops. You know.
Big Al does bring a good point as far as rats getting into your pantry or whatever the case may be. And I think one aspect that I think a lot of people may not really think about is maintaining your pest control and traps and all that kinds of stuff because I think he's right. Definitely there'll be a much more infestation of these rats, and they're going to end up being more aggressive. Actually, trying to eat your stuff. But that's a good point.
Yeah, I think what I would do with mine is store them all in 5 gallon buckets, put lids on them. I hope they can't.
Do
Yep.
Hope they can't chew through 5 gallon buckets. But
That's how my neighbor stores his rice.
yeah,
I got a neighbor that stores. He's got I don't know how many 5 gallon buckets of it. But he puts something in it, and I don't want to give misinformation, but no,
he puts an oxygen absorber.
Is that what it is? All right, good, because I didn't want to give out misinformation. But yeah, so I want to say he's got like 5 or 6 5 gallon pails of just rice. I mean, he's got everything else under there too. But yeah, he's
Especially when you can buy rice. You can go to like Sam's or whatever and get yourself a bag of rice. I like to swing by believe it or not, there's a place called Dollar Tree. I like to swing by that Dollar Tree, and I always try to make sure each week about $20. Grab yourself some dried beans. Grab yourself a couple pounds of the rice stuff. Grab yourself a couple of things that can. Spend about $20. It came in handy this last time. We didn't have to go get anything. We made it all the way through without an issue. But yeah, you got to be able to have enough to take care of yourselves, or you're going to have a problem.
which also kind of leads me to the point where I think that there was a real drastic change this time with this so-called pandemic, with the way people acted. If you guys noticed that, a lot of municipalities all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're defunding, we're dropping budgets from the police department and all this and that, and people really freaked the hell out, and to the point that
they also shut down like it was weird up here in Maine, because if you're in Maine, like you're where you are in California, I lived in California too, you usually have one structure. But out here, what you wind up at this one or two. In other words, you have people that are on the city where they run around and collect up the trash. And then we also have people that never get trash service ever. You get up on Friday, drive down to the dump, toss your stuff at the dump. And all the dumps were closed. There was nobody there. So you couldn't get in for that whole like 4 months. There was just nobody there. So if you didn't have city, you had a problem. So people began to have a big issue with having to put trash somewhere.
all right.
well, yeah, and then it leads to the point where people that I never thought would want to buy a firearm started asking me, how do I go by purchasing one? One happened to be my own brother, which to me was really, really weird because I would never think that he would want that. But I think the biggest problem is that we started seeing a lot of lawless, especially with a lot of the rioting and all kinds of stuff. And it got to a point where in certain parts of LA and certain other parts in Chicago, where people are actually trying to loot, like residential places. And that's something where it changed a lot of people's perspective on, protecting yourselves and all kinds of stuff. And even going back to that same aspect of the that St. Louis couple that got in trouble with the DA because they were out there flashing their guns. Well, I think the people don't look at the whole story when it comes to that incident. They lived in a gated community, and these people pretty much destroyed the gate and barreled themselves into the private community. So, I mean, what the hell do you expect people to do? You know? So, in watching a lot of people actually purchasing firearms and ammunition, this was, to me, it was more unprecedented than when Sandy Hook hit. And then we had all that shortness of ammo and guns, which is crazy.
You know, it, when you talk, you were talking about your brother, how you didn't think, he'd get one. I got my wife is just like, she told me years ago, oh, you're not hunting here, but you can't, if you hunt, you're not bringing it back here. You're not putting that crap in my fridge and da da da. Well, she lost that battle, but she also isn't a gun person really, And when all this stuff happened, right? When all this stuff happened, I said to her, I said, listen, I said, the shotgun's going from the bedroom to the closet in the living room. Because that's where I sit. Because it's getting to a point. So I'll give you a little geography thing. I live in a town about 35,000. I have a city to my west that's probably 90,000, and a city to my right that's probably 80-something thousand. The crime in the city to the west it sucks. That's Lowell, Johnny. So it's not, and with everything going on, and there's been more. It's not the house breaks that really, it bothers me. Don't misunderstand me, but there's more house breaks with the people breaking in the houses, hurting the occupants of the home. That's getting to me. You know what I'm saying? So usually, around here, for whatever reason, they're going to bring you in your house. They're going to make sure you're not there. But these people don't care anymore. They're breaking into your homes. They're beating the hell out of the homeowner or, who's ever there. And I can't have that. I got 2 young teenage daughters, and I just won't have that.
And this mob thing where they're like just running up in a mob of like 25 people busting the door, and then it's like, holy crap.
Yep. The town I grew up in as a kid, my front door, back door was never locked. My cars were never locked. Windows were left down, open, wallets left in cars. Nobody bothered you. My mom still lives there till the day, and it's locked up like Fort Knox. You know what I mean? It's just, I get there, she's passing out keys, and it's just how it is today. And today, and how these times are today with the pandemic and everybody, it's just. So in the middle of a pandemic, you got a drug issue going on, and it's just, exactly. Jay's got the idea right in his hand, but it's sad, is what it really is.
That's why a 30-round magazine is considered a standard capacity in the state of Georgia. Look, man, it's there for a little while. It was getting crazy in Atlanta. It was getting. They burnt down a Wendy's. Y'all talking about Wendy's?
Yep.
They burnt one down in Atlanta, and it was finally the mayor of Atlanta. It's been like a power struggle for Ms. Bottoms, who's the mayor of Atlanta, and our governor. It's like they've been in a constant, pissing contest. It's like a power struggle. But yeah, that kind of stuff. When they burned down, when the protesters burned down a Wendy's because 2 policemen shot a African American man there, and yeah.
But
Well,
I never understand if you're angry. Okay, if I'm angry and I'm really, really, really pissed, I never run into a store and go, I'm pissed, so I'm going to need this TV. And then I take the TV and then I just go, I'm pissed, so I'm going to burn down this hamburger joint. I mean, it doesn't, nobody's solving anything. Nobody's
And,
accomplishing anything.
and you're missing the one other factor there, Johnny. You're looting, stealing, burning down, destroying your neighbors'
Neighbors, yeah, oh yeah.
property.
Well, and when you do,
A
when
guy
you
and a
do
woman
that,
that have no, they have nothing to do with anything. They had nothing to do with two people getting shot. One, whoever got shot, right? They have nothing to do with it.
it's just they're indiscriminately destroying things, and that's what I
Yes.
don't understand is
Yes.
how can you now let's go back to Maryland, to just Baltimore. Okay, that was an impoverished area. Okay, that was an impoverished area. How can you run through an impoverished area, your home, burn it to the freaking ground, so that little Miss Jones gets up in the morning? She has to go every day to go down and get something for the kids, get diapers. She can't get any of her stuff anymore because you burnt these places to the ground. How did you help your neighborhood? How did you help those around you? What did you do that was positive that had an outcome?
and that goes back to the stuff that I had to deal with back in '92 during the LA riots.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they burned down the whole neighborhood, guys. I'm talking about like big strip malls, just where we used to have businesses all the time. They were all burned to the ground. We were almost a week and a half, no, actually almost a month where we didn't have groceries. I mean, a good thing that we had just purchased groceries like a day before this whole thing happened. If not, we would have been hurting. And
Yeah, and how do they feel that I just did all of that? I stole this Nike, I stole this TV, and now, but they never feel better. Well, I don't understand is why aren't, if you're pissed and you're like this, why not gather together and do something? I mean, I'm always drawn back to Martin Luther King. That guy got everybody together and they went and did something.
Without
But then you didn't just run through the streets
Right.
and light the whole place on fire, watch it burn, steal me that TV. They're opening liquor stores. Now, you may think whatever they want to think, but you cannot rob a liquor store and tell me you know what? I was wrong, so I'm just going to eat this bottle of vodka. This is, I need this bottle of vodka. You're not doing anything at all. And people that are watching you don't think you're doing anything else. No, nobody really believes that I made a difference. You know why? I stole this vodka. I made a difference. That's just BS. So,
and how does that really help with social injustice?
right.
I don't get.
And that's the part I don't understand is how can people be screaming that this is social justice? You're not doing anything. Do something. Actually, there are wrongs in this world. There are bad that happens. You want to do something about it, then stand up, gather together, do something. But robbing Billy's, five and dime doesn't do a damn thing for it.
Good point, Vanessa. Because they're not civil protests. They are midge creating riots.
Nice Strike says they're culturally approaching that one.
But,
appropriating, sorry.
It's a scary. I couldn't even imagine back there in '92. I mean, I watched it from here on the news and everything. Of course, back then there was no online, but I watched it back here, and I just shook my head. I said, that was with Dennehy and all them guys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They get their asses kicked, and what's his name?
I mean, think about it, man.
Yep.
The profound effect that this had on people that lived in the South Central area. It got to the point where many of us had to go and buy groceries fucking 10 miles away from our house.
Jesus.
10 miles, and then we're talking and if you know LA, it's like you're going from one side of the city to another. And in most cases, there was a lot of infrastructure damage to the point that a lot of the um, the lights, the street lights weren't working correctly. So
Right.
you can imagine the mad chaos
Oh,
going
yeah.
like every intersection and trying to
Plus, you had turf wars that
oh
were
yeah,
now. We had turf
exactly.
wars that were going on all through there, and
And
it got
and
crazy because that once infrastructure was down, that made it a little easier to get
No,
around and
Mario, I have a
yes, sir.
question for you. You
Mhm,
lived through the riots of '92. You're hitting more now and all that, right?
mhm.
Do you feel as though if California had the gun laws of, let's say, Maine or New Hampshire or Ohio or somebody else had, do you think that it'd be as bad?
I
Because
don't think
I don't.
so.
The reason I ask that question is because I don't see that up in New Hampshire. I don't see it down in Carolinas. I don't see it.
But you
You know what
also,
I mean?
I mean, we're also talking. I mean, and I'm
To,
not trying to be disrespectful here, but I mean, we're talking rural America to living in the concrete jungle, and it's a completely different um, beast. I mean, like I
oh
love
yeah,
going to the country because people are just so friendly, and they want to know you, and no, and in the city, people are like, they they want to just brush you over, and they don't give a shit about you. I mean, it's a completely different way of thinking. Um, but if there were better gun laws, it would have prevented a lot more damage from happening. And actually, the gun laws helped the Koreans. I don't know if you guys,
there's
I don't know
Scotsman
if you
right
guys
there.
heard about the Koreans that were on top of the rooftops,
yes,
and
I
they
did.
were protecting their businesses.
I thought that was
And
great, by the way.
yeah, and but those are the only groups of people that actually stood up to the rioters and make sure that they protected their businesses, and and those are the things that saved those people. Now, luckily at that time, California laws were not that bad. They were to a point where there were still, you could still get a 30 round magazine. It wasn't like a big deal back then. Or you can get a 15 round magazine on your pistol. The things, the way it changed for us is after the North Hollywood shootout.
Oh yeah, with
After
those
the
two.
North,
Yeah, with
yeah,
the two guys. Yeah.
after the North Hollywood shootout is when it completely changed, and we have the bearded CB 82 in here. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, it's another glorious day. So just hanging out and had a good dinner and getting stuff done around here. So
Did you go
uh,
for a 2 mile run?
not today. It would have been a
Bo was
good day
dying.
for it.
Have you done your 22 challenge video yet?
Nope, that I still got to do. I still got to find a time when I can actually get to the range. So, which I need to try to get one of my 22s down to Alan as well, so he can get in on it. So,
Yeah, man. That's good, man. I appreciate you doing that. It's always, good to see a lot of everybody taking our challenges and going with it, man. Trying to raise some money for Justice Final Mission is always a great thing, guys.
Hey,
So,
Hey Mario, you got some people going to jump in, so I'll go ahead and jump out. So you'll have room for everybody. I got to do two things with my little one, anyways.
okay, man. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
having
coming
me
by,
on.
man.
All right, have a good one, people.
See you, my
All right,
friend.
brother. All right.
No.
I gotta get up. Yeah.
That would be a negative, Fuzz. That place ain't getting burned down if I have to go down there and protect it myself.
Right, and that's what I was trying to allude to. Sort of, kind of, with my question there to you, Mario, is that I think that in some parts of the South and some of your rural areas, people know that well, this guy or girl, they own guns or what have you, so we're going to stay away. I mean, even here in Mass, granted the gun laws are a hell of a lot stiffer than other places, but certain parts of Massachusetts, people don't. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't. They don't screw around with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I just think, and what's weird about this whole thing too, man, is that this whole chaotic pandemic is kind of like changed people's minds about personal protection, you know, and I'm hoping that it does change the ways of people around here, because in reality something has to give, man. It's getting to a point where I really don't think this lobbying against the Second Amendment is really going to help anybody. And I think the Democrats are starting to see that it hasn't helped them at all. In the long run, it's probably going to hurt them more. This whole thing about, oh, we're here to take your AR, like Beto O'Rourke said that shit. I mean, that was like crazy. I mean, that's pretty ballsy for him to say that. But my thing is that, yeah, but my thing is, all you need is one crazy motherfucker to start some shit.
And the real part that bothers me the most is that our attorney general here in Massachusetts, she's an absolute tornado, we'll call her, okay? And she got ARs banned in the state of Massachusetts, AKs in the state of Massachusetts, and she acted like for preventative maintenance. There hadn't been anybody shot by a AR in the state of Massachusetts, not even by a cop. Okay, and she threw it right in back in 2014, and man, I'm telling you, it's just horrible.
Look, Sleeping Beauty showed up. Hey, fucker.
Johnny come lately. What's up?
Hey, what's up, fuckers?
Come on, man.
No.
You're not even going to come on camera so I can see that beautiful powder blue flag.
Oh, you want to see the ugliness? I guess.
No, I really don't want to see your face. No.
I literally just woke up.
God damn, man, you look rough.
Wow, you know what? You should go back now with no camera.
That motherfucker looks rough. No, but it's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're okay. I thought something happened to you, because I'm like, that fool never misses a show.
Yeah, apparently my alarm didn't go off. I don't know. Apparently I didn't hear it at all.
No, I know. But Jay was telling me you actually work tonight, right?
Yeah, I work tonight again. Yeah, I'm back on 5 nights a week now.
Man, so they got you working nights?
Yeah, man, I've been working nights.
What do you work, 11 to 7?
Yeah.
To 6?
Yeah.
Those are the best. If you don't have kids, those are the best hours in the world. I loved it when I worked those hours.
Fuck, though. I hate working those hours, man.
I loved it.
Never liked that shit.
I don't mind them.
I never went. I used to come home, and listen, like, again, before I had the kids, I used to come home, not sleep. I think I'd go to sleep around, I don't know, 3 to 4 in the afternoon, get up at 10. I had the day to myself. I can do what I want. Yeah. It was great.
It's pretty much what I do, man. Although I didn't wake up when I was supposed to.
Garage Guy 879 says the governor here in Virginia tried to take our ARs, but several Democrats went against them. Wow. Because they knew they wouldn't be reelected. I wish that thought process was here up in the state of Massachusetts.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Once a politician is elected to office, what is his number one job?
To stay there.
Yeah.
To get reelected. The only way we're going to stop this crap is term limits. I'm telling
you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Well, we had a senator here for what? How long Kennedy was here? I think for I don't know, 50 years.
Yeah,
Damn,
no,
bro.
that's
I wouldn't know anything about that right there, dude.
Yeah. Not even
I'm like 5 or 6 cents around.
yeah.
yeah.
And see, Willie, that's the reason why I decided to start reloading, bro. It's for that same reason that I went that route, bro. Because
You
I am
got it.
not gonna put that.
Perfect time, man.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking nuts, bro.
Oof, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
Wow. I thought it was bad here.
Oh no, oh no. Just finding primers in our state is starting to become a problem.
Really?
Oh yeah, small pistol primers, bro. I mean, it's like it's starting to become like the hardest thing to get nowadays.
Yeah, I picked up 2 boxes of PMC 223 Thursday and 2 mags, and the ammo was almost as much as the mags. It was $12 for P mag, and then it was $10 for a box of 20 of the freaking cheap PMC crap.
Wow. I thought I had it bad here. You guys keep talking because I'm sounding better and better.
Yeah, trust me. You know, even Massachusetts is not as bad as California, bro.
Now, let me ask you this. Can you get stuff through the mail?
No.
Yeah, now they
Well,
can.
primers you can. I believe, Willie. I believe we can still get primers through the mail. Ammo we can't, but I think primers we can.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to find them right now.
The funny part is here in Massachusetts, there's no law that says you can't. It's just that the people don't want to find out either. You know, and I mean, I was going to buy this place up in southern Maine, right over the border from New Hampshire. It's called Kittery's Trading Post, and I love this. They had this beautiful muzzleloader I wanted to buy, and he's like, I can mail it to you. I said, it's beautiful. Do that. And then I gave him the address, and he's like, yeah, I can't do it. I said, it's not a firearm. Yes, you can. And he's like, nope. I'm like, dude, it's not a firearm. It's a muzzleloader. I says, Massachusetts doesn't even look at them as firearms. And they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't even do any of it. They wouldn't do any of the ammo, nothing. It's just amazing how they. But
Now, what is the because I noticed that there's differences in how people look at guns in Massachusetts. Like I noticed that certain people, like in the rural areas, it's like it's like an everyday thing. But
Yep.
when you start getting into more incorporated areas, it seems to me like that's an issue.
Yep. So if you looked at the map of Massachusetts, right? So Western Mass on the New York border and all that's where guys like me hang out and guys like us hang out. But it's so dominantly Democrat in the state. Although there is a little swing going on lately, and the Democrats don't like it. They just got a couple of Republicans in here, but and that's all it is. And we got a governor that has an R next to his name that I'm not going to be mean and tell you what we all think that R stands for, but it certainly isn't Republican. He's just he's a fiscally conservative, and that's where that stops. But he's not good for this state. But they're trying. They're trying.
Now, let me ask you guys: are you guys kind of like in the same boat as Garage Guy that he's shooting more 22 lately than anything else? Because that's pretty bad.
You can still get 22.
I guess he's got 22.
Find, honestly.
That's kind of hard to find nowadays.
22 is about the only thing you can find.
Oh yeah.
Everything else, I mean, if I wasn't reloading, I'd be screwed.
Yeah, all the rimfire stuff, that's pretty much the one thing that's steadily in stock other than shotgun,
Right.
hunting ammo.
Because I was talking to a kid the other day. He can't find any 9mm. He's going.
Okay, Daniel.
He's traveling to go get it. You know.
No, Daniel's exactly right, man. Think about it. All these guys out there that, they're supposed to make 60, 70, 80,000 a year, and somehow they're billionaires.
Yeah.
Right on, Rupin. They clean them all out, brother. Yep, you got it. It's amazing.
Yeah, and see, that's the kind of stuff that's going on here in the state, man. That's why I am so thankful that I'm able to become self-sufficient, man, because this is the kind of stuff that's affecting us here.
Yep.
So.
I saw Pat hooked you up, man. That's awesome.
Oh, dude, Pat hooked me the fuck up big time, bro.
Well,
So.
Now, if you just learn what to do with that stuff, boy, you'll be in business.
Oh yeah.
I'll get there, bro. I'll get there.
Dude,
Matter of
trial
fact,
and error,
yesterday-
man. It's literally a trial and error.
Hey, by the way, Pat, I got rid of the glass table. I have my own little, I have my own little stand now. So went to Harbor Freight Tools and it had like these little stands, and put a small piece of wood on there, so it's really stable. So yeah, you're not gonna see me in that glass table anymore. You guys are giving me so much crap about that. You're like, no, use a glass table.
Lead is heavy, man. Come on, dude.
It would have worked fine.
It'll work more gooder with a 3/4 inch piece of plywood over the top of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
it would.
live and learn. Live and learn. Fuckers, quit busting my balls.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
You just got to Jimmy rig a little table together, man. That's all I did. I Jimmy rigged the table for that.
Come on,
No.
dog.
Take one of those cheap little $30 frickin' pop out clamp vise things and fucking put a piece of wood on top of it and screw it down.
That's right. You're all over like hot cheese on nachos, bro.
That's it, more gooder.
That's more gooder, bro. So CB, tell me a little bit what you got going on this week. What's been going on with you over there, man? You been working a lot at work, or what you been doing?
Yeah, even though I had, well, technically 2 days off this past week, I still freaking racked up probably 45 hours overall. So work's been pretty nuts. Definitely staying way busy there. And weekend rolls around, and well, last weekend went out to my folks's, made an ass of myself on here, and
No, say it ain't so.
but surprise, surprise, it was my little vacation going over there last weekend, so don't get to do that often enough. And this weekend's just been catching up on everything around here. Today was finally nice out, finally stopped raining, so just had too much other things to do around here, so wound up being is what it is.
I shot my 22 challenge today. I got to edit it and do the finishing touches and get that posted up. But
What did you shoot?
22.
Oh,
rounds.
your 22 challenge.
Yeah.
What rifle did you use?
I used a old Savage Stevens bolt action.
Nice.
With a cheap little NC Star scope on it. It's just a 3x9x40. Offhand sucks, man. I've been shooting off a bench way too long. I got to get out and practice my offhand stuff.
That was the whole point, man. That to try and get people to get back out and do some offhand stuff.
Yeah,
Most people are like you, man. They've been shooting scopes for years.
Yeah.
Well, that's good that you got a chance to do that, man. It's always cool.
Yeah,
Especially,
I gotta try and get out this week and get mine done.
Yeah, especially a bolt action 22, man. Those are cool.
I was teaching
I
my
started
daughters.
to use. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mikey.
When I was teaching my daughters how to shoot, I started them on my pellet gun and open sights only. Just so I don't get lazy and use the scope all the time.
Well, that's how I started was with open sights. But look, dude, 58 years old.
Oh, I hear you. I'm 53, so I'm with you. But for them, I just thought it was good,
Congratulations, you guys get ARP cards.
Yeah, but I can't. He can use his. He's got full membership. I don't get my full membership till I'm 55.
Smooch one, Mario. Come on, dude.
Hey man, I gotta mess with you, bro.
I know. I started to say something ugly when you was talking about Harbor Freight, but I wasn't gonna pick on it. But
Wow.
yeah, man. That gun, that little rifle is fun to shoot, and I started out with oh man, when I was a kid, when I could see iron sights offhand, dude, I could hit a squirrel running 50 or 75 yards running through the trees. But nowadays, man, I have to decide: am I going to be focusing on the iron sights? If I do, I need my glasses. But then the target's fuzzy, or I can take my glasses off. I can see the target fine, but I can't see the sights. So,
Yeah.
perfect solution is a scope. And
Yep.
Well, whatever gets you there, man. That's all that matters.
yeah.
That's all that matters. But yeah, so it's been interesting, to see, to hear from a lot of you. And I've been hearing a lot of the people in the side chat talking a lot about Constitution and all kinds of stuff. It's always good to see that. Let me do a quick panel check here, guys. So we got Vanessa Kitty, Fuzz Fork, HMR. We got West Covina Dodge, Vanessa Kitty, Six Shooter Texan, Rupin RX, um, Fuzzy. I think I already mentioned him. Bald and Curious, Vanessa Kitty, the Texas Outlaw Michael Sangs. We got anybody else I missed? Willie Bulletman is in here. Daniel, God is my judge. Andrew Hondo, Pistol Pete, Garage Guy 879, Insight Freedom. If there's anybody else I missed, let me know. Give me a holler. But I want to say thank you guys all for being in here. It's kind of like a last minute thing because old Sleeping Beauty over there didn't send me a link, and I was like, what the hell's going on here, man? Because I'm usually ready. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. All right, it's gonna be good. But no, I understand, and it sucks working nights. It really does, because I've been there. I know how much that affects people, and and I know it affects your sleep schedule. So I can definitely understand, Scotsman. But it's always good to see a lot of you guys in here. So
Mario, do me a favor, please, sir.
yes, sir.
Go back in the comments and up at about 8:37 p.m. Ball and Curious has a question that we probably should address. You guys need to talk about this for him. If you can post that comment, and we'll tell everybody what exactly the 22 challenge is.
Okay. $8.27. Man, that's quite a while back.
Yeah, it's right above Fuzz Forks.
Right above Fuzz T Fork 8.
Well, anyways, you guys keep talking. Let me look for this stuff here. Trying to find it. Well, anyways, you want to give him a quick rundown of what the 22 challenge is?
Well, let's start off with the premise. CB, you're a vet. Maybe you should tell this.
Okay. Well, as we all know, the 22 a day. There's been a lot of different types of 22 challenges that have been out there to raise awareness for veteran suicide. So the 22 challenge, it's 22 rifle at 22 yards. See how well you can shoot 22 rounds. So, and if starting last Sunday, if we raise an extra $2,000 in support of Justin's final mission till next Sunday, the beard's going off, but I got to keep the mustache and the eyebrows.
Yeah, and it's offhand.
Yep, offhand,
Yeah,
no support unless you're like running around with one arm or something like that. Then we understand.
Yeah, but we will be. We'll have separate categories for handgun, iron sights, rifle, and then scopes.
and
Hey, don't forget revolvers, man. I'm shooting revolver.
I need to do
I got
that.
a 22 revolver. I don't own the. I don't own
It's gonna
the
be a long
what you
20,
shooting
video.
a heritage?
I don't own a 22 rifle.
You'll see, Mario. You'll see.
Man,
Y'all love it.
I
Y'all
do.
love it. It was a gift. You'll love it.
nice. That's awesome.
It's only 22 I got, so
I have
That's
one of
awesome.
those heritage 22 revolvers, single actions,
Those are really good, huh?
and I do have the 22 Magnum cylinder for it too. So yeah, they're fun,
those,
man. They're a lot
yeah,
of
they're
fun.
really. Yeah, and that's the cool thing about those guns is that you look at it and you're like, damn, this thing is nice. I mean, like they're well built for like $100 gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but the only thing that throws me off is that it has a safety. I've never seen a safety in a revolver, man. So I was like, what the hell is that?
I know. 6-shooter Texan said he shot his revolver one-handed, open sights. And I bet you, if I know him, he got a better group than I got with a rifle with a scope on it.
Probably.
Yeah, I got your video already up, 6-shooter. I guess it is. Thorzak said he's seen it. I gotta go check that out. Oh, and you guys at Reload, if you're curious about the Frankfurt Arsenal Universal bullet seating die, 6-shooter Texan has an excellent video from a machinist point of view, doing a review on that particular piece of apparatus. So
Nice. That's cool, man. Yeah, and it's always good to see a machinist, talk about that stuff because I mean those guys are just really talented with tools and stuff, and making things. So that's always a cool thing. I just recently had the chance to meet him, and it was great. It's great to meet him. So it's always awesome to meet new people, man.
That's right, HRM. That's the one I have. I got this from my grandfather. It holds 9.
No kidding.
Yep, it holds 9.
That's cool right there, man.
my little bolt action, I have 2 magazines. They hold 10 each. So I put one in the cylinder and one in the chamber, and then put the magazine in. So I only had to do 2 reloads.
2 reloads.
My uncle used to have these old Marlins. Which ones are those Marlins that have their little tube on them? And you can put
Yeah, Model 60.
yeah, those are great guns, man. Marlin 60. And we used to go rabbit hunting with those things. And they were pretty accurate for
I've
I mean,
got
sometimes
one. I have one of those made in 1979. I'm probably going to reshoot the challenge. Actually, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to get in Day at the Range with his 22 shoot. I think I'm going to take that one out to 50 yards and do 5-shot groups with it. see what we can do with that. And I also have my very first 22 rifle that I got when I was only 10 years old back in 1972.
Man.
It is a little it's Ted Williams, a little small, like an 18-inch barrel, 16-inch barrel, and it's a lever action, but it only flops down about halfway. Actually, what it is a rolling block. The block folds down. It's a single shot.
I was going to ask you for the rolling block. That Ted Williams is nice, man.
Yeah, I still got that from
That's awesome.
1972. I think I'm going to reshoot the 22 challenge with that. Make a video out of that.
Now let me ask you guys this question. Like the 1022, I heard. I mean, it's like an iconic rifle. But does anybody have like one of those old school 1022s? Because most of the ones I've seen, they're all modern looking. I haven't seen one that's like made in the 70s or something like that. Because I go ahead.
The 1022s, you can build those from scratch. Just buy the parts from Brownells or Midway or whatever. You can build whatever you want.
No, yeah, but what I'm talking about is one of those that was actually made by the manufacturer.
Well,
from earlier times.
I have
You can find
that.
them. You can find them. The problem is the market's flooded with the new ones. That's the problem.
Yeah. See,
they're out there, but the market's so flooded. They're such an iconic piece. It's just they're you're gonna have a hard time because it's flooded. But if you ever think you've come across one, you can go on Ruger's website and go to the serial number checker and be able to check the year. They have that on there, and it works for most. It works for most of the Ruger farms. It doesn't work for all of them, but it'll work for most of them.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about because I'm not very familiar with revolvers. I know that JH and Scotsman, pretty much all you guys are more into that kind of stuff. But when was the GP 100? When did they started making those? Is that like an old school design, or is that like a newer design
that came along after the when they quit making the Security 6, right, Scotsman? So it's a relatively new thing, like within the last.
That's early '90s, mid '90s kind of gun. Like when they first kind of came up with that. I can't remember if they came up with one previous to the GP 100 or if it was just straight to the GP 100.
It's like 92 or something, isn't it, Scotsman?
Yeah, it was early '90s, man.
Yeah, but that Security 6, if you can find one of those in 357 Magnum, you got a fine firearm. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Those are almost as good as a Smith & Wesson, but not quite.
No, not quite. Here's one of the biggest differences you'll find when it comes to a Ruger versus a Smith & Wesson is Rugers are built to pretty much take any round. Versus how a Smith & Wesson's built. Smith & Wesson took the time and they hand built all the stuff properly. And back in the day, nowadays obviously it's not done that way.
Yeah.
But if you buy the old school ones, you're gonna get a quality piece. Doesn't matter if you buy a Ruger or a Smith, you're gonna get a quality piece. I highly recommend Smith over Ruger, but that's just my personal preference.
And so do I. And I'll expand on that slightly by saying one of the major differences between Smith & Wesson and Ruger is the fact that Smith & Wesson parts are forged. They're metal and they're heated up and then they're beat into shape and then hand fitted. Whereas Rugers are cast. They make molds and they are cast. And that is just not as the metal you would think would not be as hard, but Ruger has got it figured out to the nth degree, man. Their stuff is top notch, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not, but I will always prefer Smith & Wesson over Ruger for that fact. Not that I would not own a Ruger, but given the choice between two revolvers, same money, I'm taking the Smith over the Ruger.
Yeah, you put an old school Smith in front of me versus a Ruger, you're gonna see the big difference, man. Especially in the blue one. That blue one's gonna shine. Yeah. That Smith's gonna call to you. That Smith is gonna call out to you. Buy me, and you will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I love revolvers. Like I think I carry one. Just did one on the old school. I think they're like the old uh, Colt Army and Navy revolvers. And I mean, those things look so pristine. Like you don't even want to shoot those things, man. That's just badass as fuck. Like I think one of those guns should be like in a museum, man, because they're all like look like they're hand designed, hand textured, and ridiculous. I'm like, wow.
So Inside's got a good question out there. So the newer Smiths with the Hillary hole, they really don't fit into my selection process. I have one and only one because it came from a very good friend of mine, and that's probably the only one I'll ever have that has a Hillary hole. But I would tell you that key, I have no idea where the key is because I don't ever use it.
Yeah. And Insight a little bit earlier, he said that Ruger has perfected the process. Yes, they have totally perfected that process. There is no way any other company can cast metal and make it come out the way Ruger does.
I'll tell you right now, Daniel's out there. Daniel blew up his 44 right in front of me one day.
A Red Hawk?
What's that?
A Red Hawk?
Yeah, Black Hawk. And yeah, he blew it up right in front of me, and it literally just fell apart. But everyone was fine with it. All the parts and pieces just he had an issue. Forget exactly what it was. Something to do with one of the springs, I think, and a pin. But yeah, still survived. They can handle it.
No, they make great. I like their revolvers.
Yeah,
No, I've always loved revolvers. I've always thought they're just sexy fucking guns, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you grew up watching Bonanza, man. How much cooler can you get, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a Ruger Vaquero, a Ruger Black Hawk, a Ruger GP100 or SP101. You're not going to go wrong. Those are solid guns. But if you can find, this is where I'm at. If you can find a Smith & Wesson before, and the model is going to differentiate, but like my 586 is a no dash. That's the original version. It's well made, it's hand fitted, it's handcrafted, it's a fine firearm. Now, to me, the dash twos, particularly on a 29, the 44 Magnum, if you can get a dash 2 or earlier, man, that's the cream of the crop. It don't get no better. I mean, even these brand new firearms out of the performance shop from Smith ain't going to match up to that 29 no dash.
Right.
And so forth and so on. Now, on a 27, it's probably a little bit later dash model, like probably maybe a dash 5. Scotsman can tell you more about that than I can, but the older Smith & Wessons are untouchable.
Yeah, Jamie's right on. There's most of your Smiths, anything past a dash 3, you're getting into way too many modifications that have happened over the years. Generally, most of them are. I think there's, except for one, I think it's a dash 4. I forget which one it was, but there's one that's a dash 4. Is when they took away the fluted cylinders and all the rest of it. Everything else is a dash 3 or under. Is when they took away when they started taking away the fluid cylinders and pin barrels.
That's
You
good to
really
know.
want that pin barrel. It's must, an absolute must.
Guys, I got to run. Mr. Scotsman, it's great to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Always a pleasure to see you. Mario, hey, it's been a while, kid, but thanks for letting me
Mikey,
on.
thank you so much, sir. I really
Gentlemen,
appreciate it.
CB and Jay, it was nice meeting you. Jay, I got to come back because some night we'll have to have one of these live chats, right? And we're going to have to talk about college football and your choice of teams, but we'll do that another night. All right.
Send Mario your email. I'll send you a link Friday night. We'll talk about college football.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks a lot. See you. Take
Take it easy, Mikey.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Yeah.
He was fun.
Mikey's cool. Mikey's a good dude, man. Mikey's he's an old friend, man. I think when I first started back in the days when I made friends with him, he's a good dude, man. But yeah, I love you guys telling me about revolvers. It's always so cool, because they're so nostalgic, man. And it's like, there's only a couple of gun stores that sell revolvers here, and it's kind of sad because most of them are focused on the polymer wonders, and it kind of upsets me that they don't give them the due respect of that they deserve. But I love looking at old school revolvers, man. They're definitely my favorite because it's just like it's technology that never goes away, man, and it's they're very reliable. I mean, they have issues just like any other gun, but a revolver is pretty legit.
Well, I got to tell y'all something I found on, I hate to say it, but I think it was Gunbroker or maybe it was Classic Firearms. What is that company that makes, it starts with a U, Italian company, makes the reproductions?
Uberti.
Saw one of theirs, clone of a Smith & Wesson Model 3, which is just an iconic piece. And that thing, I don't know if I trust Uberti to make it or not, but that thing was $1,300.
I'll tell you right now, man. I would have no problem buying you, Birdie. I've seen their quality over the years. I've never had an issue with any one of them. Now would I spend $1,300 on the one? I don't know, because I maybe want to save my money and just find that actual Smith.
Well, for that kind of money, I mean, you could put another $300 to $500 with it and get the real thing.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather save for the Smith.
But the problem
let me ask
is,
you this:
if you buy the real one, it's only going to be in one caliber, and you know what that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? 357?
No, 45.
No, 45.
45
long?
Schofield.
Schofield?
Yep, 45 Schofield. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Put Insight's comment up there. The one right under the one you got. Absolutely, brother. Ain't nothing like it, man. I'm telling you.
Well, guys, I'm really I really love the 6.86. To me, for some reason, that's the revolver I really love. That I don't know what it is. I just like that one. It's I like the fact it's got 7 rounds. I was like, wow, can't believe you put 7 on the freaking revolver.
You ever get out this way, man? You ever get out of California and shoot one of my 29s? You'll change your mind.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan right there, brother. Because yeah, I'm sure. What's a 29? A 44?
Yeah.
That's a 44. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll say this though, Mario. I've shot his 29. I still love my 5.86, man.
But Jamie, did you shoot my stainless one? I don't think you did you?
I don't know. We shot so many that day.
You did. I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know if you shot that one. That'll change anyone's mind.
Yeah, but back to Insight's comment. When you first buy a brand new Smith & Wesson revolver like that, the double action's going to seem kind of tight and gritty. And then you shoot like maybe 100 rounds of double action, and it's like, wow, man, that's a lot different than I remembered it. Then you shoot 200 rounds, and then you squeeze that trigger, and it starts to stage right at the back, right before it clicks and goes forward. And then it's like, oh man, I'm telling.
Well, let me ask you this, JH. When you first started purchasing firearms, what was like one of the first one you purchased?
The first firearm that I bought with my own money and didn't have to have my mom go and sign the paperwork was my Marlin 336 and 35 Remington. And then I went many years and didn't buy anything. And then the next one I bought was my Smith & Wesson 586. I bought that I bought that the year my baby girl was born at Christmas time, because I didn't have a handgun to protect my. Well, I did. It was a 22 revolver. I didn't have anything that really protect my house except for that lever action hunting rifle. So I went and bought the 586, the 6-inch barrel, no dash. This was probably 1988, December of 1988. I paid $225 for that firearm. And
Man,
and it was like, how in the world am I going to come up with the money to pay for that? And it's like, I worked all the overtime I could get and stacked that money away before the wife found it, and went down there and bought that gun. And now I have turned down well over double what I paid for it. So,
As
so
you should, because it's worth about 4 times that.
yeah.
what about
Now,
you,
is it-
CB?
First firearm where, like Jamie, where my mom didn't have to go with me to sign for it. Would have been a Remington 7400 30-06. That was back in 2000. I think I paid, well, with the Redfield scope on it, I think I paid like $450 or $500 altogether between all that. And the next one after that would have been my first pistol was a Beretta 22 Neos. So something to plink with. It was cheap, so got that.
Yeah. Now the 7400, was that a semi-auto or a pump?
That was the semi-auto. The 7600 is the pump one.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
You gotta love some good old American 30-06, man. You just got to.
Yeah, and then you learn really good. Make sure you have that thing in your shoulder when you got a scope on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And don't put the scope like right next to your eye. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Man, that was so cool. Hey, so let me ask you this, Jay. So, do you only own one 586, or do you have more than one?
I only have one 586, but I own three 357 revolvers. I have.
Okay, so
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So the 586 is chamber and what?
357 Magnum.
357. Damn. Oh, wow.
And I have two others that are also chambered in 357 Magnum. I have a Ruger Taurus Model 605, which is basically a clone of a Smith & Wesson J-frame. Then I have the then I have are y'all familiar with the EAA Vindicator?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
I have one of those. It's got a 4-inch barrel, but I'm concerned about that pistol, that revolver in particular, because I loaned it to Chico and I have not seen it since.
Oh
So
man.
maybe I only own 2 now. So we'll have to talk
Oh
to Chico.
yeah. Watching Chico shoot that 500 was comical, but you know what? It happened to me too because I was scared to shoot that damn revolver. I was like, that thing's a monster, man.
It
Freaking
is.
500. I was like, who the hell makes this crap? Like, what the hell are you gonna shoot with this thing? But yeah, man, those are amazing guns, man. Just amazing.
When it comes to the big caliber revolvers, just relax, man. When you tense up, that's when you're gonna screw up.
I don't know, man. 500 scared the shit out of me. I was like, ooh. And I've shot a lot of shit that's has got some pretty good kick to it, but I don't know. It's just that I think that for me it was more the revolver, just the way you hold it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not used to holding a revolver compared to a pistol, so it was a little different. So, but I didn't hit my head on the forehead, with the barrel, so that's good.
All right, fellas, I gotta jump off. I gotta get ready for work, but it was a pleasure,
All right, brother.
Mario. Thank you, Mario. Thank you for taking over, brother.
No worries, man.
My sleepy head was sleepy, I guess.
No,
Good to see
that's
y'all. Take
understandable.
care.
See
All
you,
right, brother.
man.
Take care. Yeah, man. So, it's always good to understand all the stuff that everybody goes through as far as you know evolve into whatever it is that they like. But actually, I'm kind of like the same thing with the Scotsman. We're gonna end it off here, guys. But before we do, I want you guys to just do a quick sign off. So we start with you, CB.
Well, thanks for having me on. Thanks for taking over. And, other than that, hope everybody else has been doing all right and everybody stays safe. So hopefully this next weekend, I'll be able to get a video up on shooting some 22. Since I haven't been to the range in a long time anyways, it'll be fun. So
Awesome, thank you, Mr. JH.
Well, thanks for having me, Mario. Good to see CB. Thanks for introducing us to some new folks. I was not from. Well, I've been on with John, but I did not know Mikey. So, other than
Yeah, Mikey's
that,
good, man. Yeah, Mikey's a good dude, man.
yeah,
Um, you know,
he seems pretty fun. But
yeah,
I should have my 22 challenge video up in the next day or two. All I got to do is I got to shoot the closing and edit it. And CB, you're not going to have much trouble bettering my group, dude. I'm just telling you, I hadn't shot offhand in a long time. But yeah, thanks for having us, Mario. Thanks for picking up the pieces and running with the ball, man. Appreciate it.
no worries, guys. Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you for everybody who joined us tonight, and I appreciate you guys being loyal to the foreign and domestic chat. We try to do this chat every Sunday night just to, kind of catch up on old friends and kind of make us forget about all the craziness that's going on right now, guys. So, with that being said, guys, that's all I got. God bless you. God bless the United States of America, and I'm out.